Estevao is him. Estevao is him. What a performance. This kid, bro, that was a world-class performance. But let's be real, he's operating at a world-class level. He was unreal against Barcelona. And when all the billing, talking about the other 18-year-old on the other team, one called Yamal, we know all about him. But we always get that Brazilian in it, the next one up. Who's going to be the next one up? Who's going to be the next Ronaldinho? Who's going to be the next Neymar? Who's going to be the next Vini? Do you know what I'm saying? You're searching for that next Brazilian superstar. It is this kid. It is this kid. The maturity of which he plays with. The speed at which he can move at. The change of direction. Weaker foot. What do you want? What do you want? Meanwhile, Lamine Yamal. Locked up by Cucurella, bro. Locked up. Now listen, Barca will get better. And Yamal is certainly world class with what he's done for his age. Let's not get that twisted. But in terms of under the lights, in southwest London, at the bridge, band for band, teenager for teenager, superstar versus potential superstar, Estevao rose. Estevao rose. Chelsea have a really, really special player on their hands. Also, Moises Caicedo. Ooh. Brother. He was a monster. He was a monster in this game. Making tackles, he can play, he can shoot, he can pass. He's outstanding. He's outstanding. And I have to say, the manager. Let's talk about Enzo Maresca because, listen, Chelsea are going to have their issues. They got a young squad, right? They've got players who are going to be inconsistent. They've also got some holes in their team that they need to fill. They need to get better centre-backs. They need a better goalkeeper. They probably need a little bit more experience scattered around the squad as well. But what they do have are some top young players. And what they do have is a manager that I really think gets it in terms of how to attack or play against different opposition. You know that Barcelona play a super high line no matter what. Hansi Flick's coming like Big Ange with that high line. Don't matter whether they're down to 10 men. Don't matter whether they're on the back foot. That line is so high. And, Barca are going to have to perfect that to a T if they want to be winning the top honours. That's why I think they'll fall short, even though they've got players to come back. They had injuries to Rashford. Rafinha not quite there yet. No Pedri, no Gavi. I get it. They got gears to go up, but with that high line, they're going to be in trouble. However, when you look at Enzo Maresca, he finds a way depending on who he plays against. He's so tactically flexible. I think it's brilliant. I really do. Let's rewind back to the Club World Cup final. I really praised him a lot then because he was basically playing off the top of my head. Chelsea fans helped me out, but I remember it being like a João Pedro and almost like an Enzo Fernandez up front. And then like Pedro Neto was almost playing like left wing back to play against PSG. And then they just pressed the hell out of them. Last night against Barca, what he did is he took out João Pedro. I don't need you dropping off the front and, not stretching them. I'm going to go with ultimate speed. And one thing about Garnacho, that's one thing he has. He's direct. He's going to keep going at you. Yes, he's going to mess up his touch here and there. He's going to take a bad touch. He's going to be a bit clueless and choose the wrong option, but he's going to keep being direct. He did that. You got Estevao on the right, which, look at the performance that he had. He was out of this world. And then, of course, you bring in Pedro Neto up front, which is a masterstroke. And it's just sheer pace. It's just built for transition. They hurt them so many times with the ball in the back of the net for offside, or whether it is nearly chances or the goals they did score, running in behind them. Yes, it helped with the red card. But even before that, Chelsea was so dominant. Apart from the chance that I think Fermin missed. Other than that, that was it. What did Barca have? Do you know what I'm saying? Chelsea were running up on him. They were winning every duel. They were physical. They were intense. They moved the ball through the verge really quickly. And you could see the clear instruction was be good, be quick in transition. Get that ball from back to front very quickly. We got the runners. As soon as we win the ball back, Kaisedo, Enzo Fernandez, you guys, even when Andre Santos came on, who he's really good as well. He bossed it against Burnley. I watched him and he was very good again against Barcelona when he came on. Get them balls in the channels. Neto's going to be on his bike, bro. You know what I mean? Estevao's going to be on his bike. Garnacho's going to be on his bike. And with Pedro Neto, I I can't remember much quicker players with the ball at the moment. Like, he's so direct. He had a kick and run with Kabasi. It goes past him like he's not even there. Um, like, he was doing that from his Wolves days. Like, he has this thing where it's almost like PlayStation, bro. You just hold R1 or whatever your sprint button is with him with the ball and just kick and run. He just goes past people like they're not there. Sometimes the end product is not there. I get that, but he's improving, man. Pedro Neto is a big problem. He's so direct. He's so quick. Defenders don't want to see him. They really, really don't. And Marc Cucurella. Listen, he had... look, it's his countryman as well, so he might know how to rough him up a little bit. A couple of times, he's fouling him quite a bit. But in terms of the impact and stopping Lamine Yamal doing what he wanted to do, Cucurella's top, man. And actually, he don't get enough respect for probably the best left back in the league, in my opinion. I'll be real. Like, I think he is. Who else is there? Who else is there in terms of top left backs in the league? It's probably a position actually in the Premier League that isn't great. Gavardio plays there, I think, for City at times, or has done, should I say. Nico O'Reilly's coming in there. Lewis Hall, no. Luca Digne, or no. Who plays that? Udogi, not better than Cucurella. Left back, Calafiori at Arsenal. He's all right. He's good, very good, obviously. Robertson's on the way down. Kirkes is rubbish. Like, I don't think there's many. Ait Nouri's not really got going at City yet. I think Cucurella is by miles the best left back in the league and one of the best left backs in Europe. I think because it's him and he's kind of hated and his hair's always bobbing around and he's a bit of a gobshite, he actually gets disrespected. But he's very good on the ball. He can play inside. He's very aggressive. Don't get me wrong, he can have some bad games. Saka might skin him up, this, that, and the other. But listen, man, he's at it. He's at it. And that's the thing with Chelsea. This is without Palmer. This is without Cole Palmer. And when you look at some of the players they do have, I think Andre Santos is top talent. Kaisedo's world class already. Palmer is essentially world class, just below that level. Still needs to keep doing it. I said Caicedo already. Enzo Fernandez, not been his biggest fan. I think he gets away with it a lot, but he's coming good. Estevao looks like he's going to be world class. That's 5. Reece James, mate, world class. Cucurella, world class. So the centre back position with the likes of Fofana, Badia Shields, Adebayo not good enough. Levi Colwill to come back. Still think you need more. Trevor Chalobah, like they need those dominant centre halves, the top centre halves. But Gusto can do a job. I just think that you look at Achimpong and Tariq George, young players coming through. It's starting to take shape at Chelsea, man. It is. It really is. And I tell you what, if they go and beat Arsenal, bro, this is going to be massive. Rice against Caicedo, Saka against Cucurella, Estevao against Calafiori. These are the things we want to see. Garnacho against Timber. You'd think Timber would eat him up, but Garnacho looks like he's got the bit between his teeth. He's been direct at the moment. And also, how will Enzo Maresca change the team back again for a different proposition in Arsenal? Different, you probably will need someone like a João Pedro to come and affect and disrupt the centre halves, to drop off into the pockets and get runners off him. That again, this is the beauty, I think, of Enzo Maresca. I don't think how you beat Barcelona is what you need to beat Arsenal. So let's see. But massive props to Chelsea. These games that are early in the Champions League, they don't tell you who's going to win the Champions League, but they're like not glorified friendlies, because I think all them teams will finish in the top 8 and get through to the next round. There's another one tonight in terms of Arsenal and Bayern Munich. It doesn't really mean anything, but they're good games as measuring sticks. But to take that through to take that confidence through to face Arsenal at the Bridge, that's the game. For ages we keep saying that Chelsea are probably too short to be in a title race because, like I spoke about earlier, they don't have the centre backs. They've got injuries, the goalkeeper, inexperience, all of these little things, but they beat Arsenal. They're 3 points behind them. They're in the title race until they're not. I still think that Arsenal will take it this year. But I think it'll be a massive statement of intent if this team can beat Arsenal. They beat Liverpool at home. They tend to turn it on for the big games at home or away. They play quite well in those games. But at the same time, Arsenal can make a massive statement. And I think that as it stands, Chelsea are probably their closest team to them. So if they could put like a 9-point gap between them, Arsenal are really on their way. So I'm looking forward to that game as a neutral. on the weekend as well. So yeah, Chelsea fans, let me know what you guys are saying. Estevao, top. Kaisedo, unreal. I'm going to say Marc Cucurella, underappreciated, underrated, gets too much hate. He's top. Reece James, top. Reece James playing central midfield, bro. Centre midfield. Comfy as well. Next to Caicedo. Comfy. Second half, I think he went to right back when Santos came on. Or did he come on for him? I can't remember. But yeah, top. Let me know what you guys are saying. Smash a like on the video here on the Football Flex. And make sure you guys drop a subscribe as well. I'm out of here, man. Peace.